everyone, and welcome back to our birthday giveaway. My name is Joelle Simone Anthony. I am also known as the Grave Woman, and I am joined, of course, by Miss Lauren LeRoy, Little Miss Funeral. And today we have Latavia. Please pronounce your last name for me.
It's Bienaime.
Bienaime, Miss Latavia Bienaime. And she is the founder of the Mortuary Spa. So Latavia, tell us a little bit about the Mortuary Spa, how it got started, and what it is exactly the Mortuary Spa does.
Okay, so starting with the Mortuary Spa, I'm going to break down the logo. So the logo is merged into two different sides. So before I started doing mortuary work, I used to do makeup with Mac. For a long time, I used to watch YouTube, and I was really excited about different YouTube bloggers that would do makeup. But then at one point, I wanted to have a career in makeup, but something that was a little more memorable. You know, I've done the weddings, I've done the birthday parties, I've done the engagements, but I wanted something that someone would remember but find comfort in at the same time. So the beauty doc, which is myself, is on the other end where I might do the weddings and everything like that. And then the mortuary spa is when I'm doing makeup for the deceased. So it's really two brands merged into one for the same purpose. But it got started when I had a friend of mine. We were classmates from high school. She reached out to me on Facebook and she said, hey, listen, you know, my mom passed away and the funeral home won't allow me to see my mom. So I'm like, okay, you know, I wanted to be very sensitive in how I explained it to her because, you know, I don't want her to feel like the funeral home did not want, you know, her to see her mom. But at the same time, they said it for a reason. And, you know, it was best for her to respect that. So from there, she was like, yeah, girl, well, anyway, you know, when I pass away, girl, make sure you do me. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever, thought nothing of it. A year later, she passed away. It moved me a lot because it was so soon that I would have to do what she asked of me. And even though I wasn't ready, God was. So it was time for me to do what I do. So at the time, it wasn't the mortuary spa. It was just me you know, doing makeup and everything like that. So I really didn't think like, oh, okay, let me just make it a company. It wasn't really until she said to me, you know, if you continue to do this, you're going to go far. When she asked me to make that promise, that was how the Mortuary Spa became about. Because if I made that promise to her and I was able to do it for her, I wanted everyone to be able to experience that. I wanted everyone to feel fabulous, you know, their loved one feel amazing when they see them. Their final look is so important. It's so important. And when they're able to look like themselves, when they're able to look like little sleeping beauties in a casket, my job is done. And I do it for that reason. And I love it. I really do.
That's such a beautiful reasoning behind you starting it, though. Like, what a beautiful tribute to your friend that, you know, she was taken so soon from you, but you were able to honor her memory, keep that promise, and now you're able to do this service for more people, really because of her.
Yes. Natalie was a true angel. She was. And surprisingly enough to me, at the time, I was still working at MAC when this happened, but I also was working at a funeral home that my husband still works. And I told him, I said, it's so crazy. It's not crazy, but it's crazy. It may sound crazy, but I told him almost as if I kind of suspected I would be doing someone I knew. I told him, hey, listen, if you ever get anyone at the funeral home that I know, just give me my space. Everyone have their way to grieve. And for me, I understand my mourning. You know, I understand how I am. So I at least like to prepare people so they understand my way. so I can grieve and they can respect it. And he's in the field and he understands it. So at that time, it was on Facebook, and a classmate of mine, I reached out. I'm just like anyone else. Just because we work in the industry, it doesn't mean we're immune to it. We still hurt, we still cry. And I did those things. I called one of my mutual classmates. I'm like, is this true? I was in denial too. I was able to cry. I was able to get it out. And crazy enough, I get a phone call. My husband is like, Natalie is here. I'm like, what? Now, the crazy part about it was her mother went to a different funeral home than I was working. So I wasn't expecting her to come to me. So it was almost like it was destined. Like, it was like, okay, girl, I asked you to do me and you don't have to find me because I'm coming right where you are. And I was able to do her hair. Well, I didn't participate in doing her hair. I wasn't really good at hair at the time. So I don't want to take credit from the person who did her hair, but I was able to do her makeup and do her nails and really grieve at the same time and making her look beautiful. And it was so rewarding, and it was closure for me. And I plan to keep that promise. I do.
Now, do you only do makeup, or do you specialize in restorative art as well? Because you're also a licensed funeral director, correct?
Well, at the moment, no, not here. I went to Georgia to then get licensed there, and then I end up moving back to Florida. So okay. At the moment, I'm just a graduate, but I am going to get licensed very soon. Right now, I'm just more focused on building the Mortuary Spa because I'm really looking forward to that taking off pretty soon. But in the meantime, I just go to different funeral homes, and I'm just the beauty doc. That's what I really got into it for, to be honest with you. Before I went to mortuary school, my goal was to just play with them and do their hair. And in fact, that was my problem in mortuary school. Funny that you mentioned that, because my professor would get on my case all the time. You know, he would say, preservation is key. Why are you touching their nails? And I'm more into that. And I didn't really chase getting licensed when I finished back in 2016. I got married right after, and then as soon as my friend made that comment, it just took off, and I just focused more on that. So I'm not licensed, but I do plan on being really soon.
I think the thing that maybe people outside of the industry don't really understand is that it takes a team in order to be able to provide this service to the family. So yes, preservation is key, and we have amazing embalmers within our funeral homes and communities who can do that aspect. But then somebody like you who has the skills in order to kind of do those final touches, you know, you can have the best embalmer doing the best embalming, and if the wrong shade of lipstick or eyeshadow or nail polish is used on mom, that's not going to be mom to the family members. So those finishing touches can be just as important as the preserving part of it. We all need to work together in order to provide that final service to the families, which they deserve. So for today's giveaway, Latavia is going to explain to us in just a moment what the prize and question is going to be. But in order to enter, we are going to be asking everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channels, and we are going to put the links for that in the description bar below. We want you to like both of these videos, and we also want you to comment below the answer to the question that Latavia is going to be asking us.
Sounds good. Question is, what is the meaning of the logo for the Mortuary Spa?
Perfect. So we hope that you have all been paying attention and listening. So make certain that you put your answer in the comments below.
Latavia, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're giving away to the winner?
Yes. So As far as the winter goes, I love makeup. I love beauty. That's my thing. I love to spread that. That is my gift to the world. That's why I'm here. So I look forward to giving away some makeup palettes for you guys. It is from e.l.f. To be honest with you, when it comes down to makeup, especially when you're a beginner, I like to say start off with items that are inexpensive. They're just as good. Believe me, I use them on myself. I've used them on clients. I also use them on my sleeping beauties. And I know you guys are going to enjoy them. So I can't wait to see what you guys got.
Ooh, I'm really excited about that because actually in my makeup kit that I use at the funeral home, I have a couple of different e.l.f. products in there, and they are amazing. So
Exactly.
that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Yes, thank you, Latavia. And
You're welcome.
today's prize is for anyone. And if you are, do you service just Florida, or do you do Georgia and the connecting states?
No, I go wherever. Wherever you need me, I'm there. I'll come to Georgia. I'll come to New Jersey. I'll come to Iowa. Wherever you need me, I'm there. I provide classes as well. That way, my techniques can be all over instead of just in the state of Florida.
Okay. Well, if you are someone who would like to learn more about doing makeup on the sleeping beauties, as Latavia so lovingly refers to them as, or if you're a funeral home in need of a makeup artist, please keep her in mind. And good luck. Latavia, where can we find you? Where can we find you online?
Yes, so on Instagram, you can find me at themortuaryspa.com. And then on Facebook, you guys can find me at the Mortuary Spa LLC.
Thank you guys. Live life.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.